Yeah, it doesn't show us on Facebook.
Not yet. It doesn't, but it will. Give me a second. We're live. We're doing this. Now I got to find the right buttons. All right. We'll start with this one. Let's start with the countdown.
From a super secret location deep within the mountains of Colorado, it's time to strap up, strap in, or strap on with your host, Shenanigans in One Shot. It's From the Ashes Radio!
Now I ask you, folks, I ask you in all sincerity, is there anything funnier than you press the "It's time to go live" button, and your co-host is like, "Oh God, I got a shit," and that dude jumps up and runs out? I'm sure there is things that's funnier, but if they are, I don't know what they are. We should be live right this second. Everything should be blasted. You should be able to hear us. We should be in good shape right this second. Hang on. I'm working on sharing this so you can all hear this stuff. Hey, folks, welcome to From the Ashes on About Face Media. If you don't already know, we had to, From the Ashes, there we are. Why is that not doing what it's supposed to? Can you hear us okay? Is everything, do we sound good? Oh, damn, we look good, that's for sure. Looks good, sounds good at the station and the socials. That's all that really matters. In hot. So we got a hell of a show for you tonight. It's going to be a good tonight. I just shared my own. It's a good thing I'm a good-looking guy because I'm not very bright. Where did it go? Where did it go? So got a couple good things. I'm chatting with Nolan Smith right now. He is the boss man at Hey, where'd you go? All right, I lost you for a second. He's going to be on towards the end of the show, but it gets better. As you folks are aware, and we've been pimping you all week, we have Lance, the owner of Thigh Huggers. So that's going to be a good time in just a hot second. Seth is pretty excited about this one. I think he, in honor of, he took the mullet off just to make sure that everybody's in good shape. So yeah, let's go to this. I'm gonna turn this thing off. All right, so yeah, live chat, everything is off. Well, that's the About Face Radio one. That's not the one I want. We're getting there, folks. Look, I'm not just giant muscles and stunning good looks. We got this. Cool. But yeah, so let's talk about some of the stuff we got coming up. We got comments already. Sounds great. Have a great show, boys. Cool. Loving it. Grooving on it. The Air National Guard, they're having a moment. and I am here for that moment. All right, let's go there. Let's go there. No, not switch. I don't want to switch anything. Share. That's what I'm looking for. Coming in hot. There we go. All right, we're all set up. So, if you know anything about, sorry, before the show started, we were on. So, if you don't know, we got a lot of new microphones, new soundboard, new headphones, all this cool stuff. And we're trying to make it all work with this one Macintosh laptop. And flat out, it is kicking our ass right this second. The other thing that's important to know is right now we are being simulcast on WTF Radio. So big thanks to our friends at WTF Radio. If you are watching us or hearing us on WTF Radio, don't need to adjust your settings. Iceman will be back as soon as possible. Not a big deal. We got this. Yeah, I totally get it if it shuts off. But in the meantime, let's talk about the Air National Guard, which is, damn, one of the funniest things I've seen in quite some time. In spite of, or in addition to, them leaking freaking state secrets and all, you feel a little better there, guy?
I'm better.
You look a little lighter. Everything okay?
Everything's good. Chorizo, bacon, nacho, queso cheese, green chili smothered burrito.
You were horfing that thing down when I was down here trying to work.
It's really good.
Clearly. Hey, do not take Imodium. That shit will fuck you up, dude.
No, never done that in my life.
Don't
I
do
just
it.
let it out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should have I would think with the blue cord, you would have a little bit more of a cast iron constitution. Not so much?
Free flowing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have a buddy, Jason Busby, I was in 135 Armor with, and he's listening to the show right now. That dude could like drink water and be squatting over the toilet and having it come out the other end. And I'm like, he absorbed a third of the calories that he ate.
Dude, I think that's why I'm small. I eat, I download.
This was in 1999. To see him now having put on a little body weight makes me very happy. So yeah. So the National Guard, huh? Air National Guard. So when I think
They're
National
awesome.
Guard, dude, I think, there's the Army, there's the National Guard, there's the Air Force, and then there's like wilderness troops. So where does the Air National Guard fall on that list?
I mean, not because I'd like to make fun of the Air Force
I do.
or the Navy
I
or
do.
anybody else,
That's what I'm here for.
but the Army's Guard is
Train wreck.
garbage.
Yeah.
And it is far above the rest of them.
Well, how?
Their guards are just.
Hang on, folks. Keep up with me for a second. So they leak state secrets, which I'm a huge fan of. Everybody should be leaking state secrets. I'm a huge advocate. If you have state secrets, tell the world, because our politicians are scumbags. So yeah. But have you heard this story about the dude, the Reaper?
A little bit.
Let's see. A Tennessee National Guardsman who called himself the Reaper is now reaping the consequences of his actions. This is from Task and Purpose, by the way. To attempt to find work as a hitman for hire. Josiah Ernesto Garcia was arrested Wednesday, April 12th, charged by the Department of Justice with trying to find work as a hitman. Garcia, age 21, marketed himself to rentahitman.com. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent on that website.
That's the same one that Deadpool's on, right?
I believe so. Yes,
Okay.
those guys with the little things in the back of their necks. What do you call those? The barcodes. Hitman, a skilled murderer for hire, citing his marksmanship skills from his service in the Tennessee Air National Guard. How you feel about that one? And that's all. I could go on with this article, but I'm not going to.
I was joking with a good friend of mine. He's in the Air Force right now. He has been for a few years, not very long, but a few years. And he's like, I got to go shoot the M16 today. And I was like, oh, they let you have that? And he's like, yeah, I guess with my job now, I'm going to have to shoot it every 6 months. And I was like, okay. And he's like, but no, we never really had them before. I'm like, Jesus.
Have you even held an M16?
I have. I'm old enough to have gone through basic training with an M16.
Do you want to put that up or something?
I don't know.
It's
What
a good
to
looking
do with it.
scar.
I know they're healed nicely, but they're big
It
and
makes you look tough. So are you gonna get like a zipper tattoos or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not zipper. I got to be a little bit creative.
Yeah. Other ideas?
No, not yet.
All right, folks. We'd love to hear from you. What do you think One Shot should put on his leg to cover those knee scars? We'd love to hear from you.
They're large.
Joshua Brunner is listening. Jim Liggett is listening. BJ Heiser Magat is watching. Aaron Smith. Wow, look at all you folks. Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Jump on. How about 6:50 p.m.? 7:50 p.m. So because we have Thigh Huggers on,
Yes.
Irreverent Warriors is also going to be on. Do you know who the Irreverent Warriors are?
I do.
So yeah, the Denver chapter is also going to be on to talk about what they've got coming up.
Very cool.
I agree. It's going to be a good time.
I knew we were going to have a very fun and very full night tonight.
It was, yeah.
I knew it.
Well, I mean, we've kind of been pimping this interview with Thigh Huggers all week, which has been super fun, and so I'm super excited. Obviously, I'm super excited to have him on.
I'm always dressed in nice though.
You are. I will never forget the first time I walked into the academy in a pair of Ranger panties when Roz was teaching. That dude's like, nope, off the mats. You are not training in those things. And I'm like, what? Let's work some open guard positions.
He came in one day. No, he comes in one day. And I have my Valley Tudo shorts. And when I have my Valley Tudo shorts in, I tuck.
Yeah,
you tuck in the sides. Right? Yes. So I had them tucked in, and we were running drills and rolling, and he was like, "You got your sexy shorts on, huh?" And I was like, "I think like 9 out of 10 of my fight shorts were Valley Tudos at the time." And he's like, "You're not wearing those in here." I'm like, "I don't try no chicks when I'm wearing them." I feel like that's the only thing that makes it not okay to wear.
Now, do you think it's because? And Roz is probably watching right this second. Rob is a very handsome individual. Thank you, A-Rod. It's good to have you here. I'm going to need your help at some point, dude. We couldn't get everything to work, so I'm going to need your help pretty soon here. What do you call it? Badly. I got the microphones, but they're not doing the thing. What do you call it? Do you think Roz is intimidated by those shorts, or do you think it's because he's incredibly turned on? Who wants to talk to you at this hour? You gotta go.
Yeah.
Does this mean I can start the interview without you? You've waited months for this. Well, I guess he's got 5 seconds. Place bets. It's baby mama drama. This is why I don't have one. Let's see who else is watching. Bernie, thanks for being a part of the show, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, folks. So what should Seth get to cover up those? Have any of you folks ever gotten a sweet tattoo to cover up one of your scars? If you have, what have you gotten? Obviously, the zipper thing is pretty hogged out and worn out, but I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching with us, what is RMFR? RMFR means Ride Motherfucker Ride. That is the Motorcycle Relief Project. Mike Bobbitt, our homeboy Mike Bobbitt. This skateboard is kicking my ass. Should we have given this thing away by now? We did. Clutch 045. Congratulations on winning it. Pardon my ignorance. Not ignorance at all. If you don't know anything about the Motorcycle Relief Project, first of all, you should know something about the Motorcycle Relief Project. Mike Bobbitt, the head of the Motorcycle Relief Project, basically he does these, we can call them iron butt rides. Like his, if he's riding to Arkansas or something like that, he uses the hashtag RMFR, Ride Motherfucker Ride. And everybody's just got to cheer him on as he makes his rides. So good stuff. Anthony or A-Rod, not a problem. You're good, man. So after our interview with Irreverent Warriors, we're going to have Allie. I have no idea what she's going to talk about. She's been on vacations and getting motorcycles and things like that. So yeah, if you're looking to hear what our VSO has to say, Allie will be on after that. From there, we're going to have Irreverent Warriors out of Denver on the show, and they can talk about our interview with Lance from Thigh Huggers. Hey folks, if you don't know, we have 2 major sponsors on this show. We have Thigh Huggers. Go to their webpage. I had no idea they had jiu-jitsu rash guards on that page. They are super badass. Go check them out. And we have combat flip-flops. If you're going to Thigh Huggers, use the code ONESHOT, all capital letters, all run together. And you get a sweet-ass discount, and we get a little hunk of that ourselves for our nonprofit to put more DJs on the air. Go to combat flip-flops. Use the code ABOUTFACE. You're going to get 30% off your order. From the top, we get 15% of that for our nonprofit, and we're putting more veterans and first responders on the air because of the things that you're doing. If you got some time, go check out the website, About Face. You can make a donation on there as well, and we'd really appreciate having your help to support us to put other DJs on the air. But in the interest of respecting people's time, I am going to bring in Lance with Thigh Huggers. I just can't wait for One Shot in his ass anymore. So let's see what we can do here.
What's up? How's it going tonight? Man, you know what? I almost left the chat when he started talking shit about the Air National Guard, but I decided to stick around. So just to start it off right, I was in the Air National Guard. I was don't forget we have TAC Ps, we have JTACs, pararescue, combat controllers that are Air National Guard. My brother flies F-16s in the Air Guard out of Buckley, so I'm gonna have him come find your secret location. If you guys keep talking that smack. So
deep underground.
all right,
Always on duty.
We've got some good munitions that can go underground in bunkers, so we'll find it.
Man, we've been waiting to talk to you for a long time. It is good to have you on the show.
No, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I appreciate all the support and you guys' amazing legs always making a good stand for all the causes. So I really do appreciate having me on with you guys.
Dude, so I've just recently discovered yoga, and so I've developed a whole bunch of new hippie friends who I love and adore. I don't know if you've ever spent any time around hippies. They are super cool. Other than eating all the granola and shit, they are super cool. And they love the shorts, man. I get a lot of comments on it. So yeah, you're expanding. Look at you breaking down barriers.
You know what? That's the reason I started Thigh Huggers is I just wanted to bring people together over short shorts and people who have, the like-mindedness to have fun and enjoy life and not really care what people think of them. So
I love it.
You should never cover up battle wounds. Wear those with pride at most corporate events, but never cover. So far, people are saying, keep them the way they are. Irreverent Warriors Denver is excited to be on shortly. Well, thanks, Nolan. It's good to have you listening in the audience. Joe Allen is watching. All right, Lance, talk us through this. So you spend your time in the National Guard. You're a TAC P, is that what you did?
Yeah, I was a TAC P in the Illinois Air National Guard. At that time, I was a full-time firefighter in Southern Illinois. So I didn't really get to have a too exciting career in the Air National Guard, but I enjoyed my time in. I had a lot more, I guess, hardcore career as a firefighter. I definitely miss it, but I ended up moving to Florida to go full-time in Thigh Huggers once the brand started to grow slightly. So as you see, I'm actually still in my house, but half my house is full of Thigh Huggers. I still ship and write the thank you notes and do everything myself. So
that's awesome.
I have a very good friend who lives in Florida and it knows you. And he hit me up and he's like, these dudes are out of Florida, right? I'm like, I did not. I don't know where they're out of. And he's like, they make some badass jiu-jitsu gear. And I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I just wear the badass shorts, man. I had no clue. So yeah, the jiu-jitsu community is really grooving on your shit right this second.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see the growth in the, all different types of communities. Of course, you've got to dig around the website. There's so many different things. We even have pillows and blankets. So, if short shorts isn't your thing, if you search around, we got yoga pants, we got rash guards, we got I guess I call them hoochie leggings seasons. So if you want to rock those too, you can.
I always look like I'm smuggling plums when I'm wearing them.
Well, hey, that's a good thing to be smuggling. So. I'm smuggling like acorns, so.
So tell us about the birth of Thigh Huggers. How did this? Honestly, how did this come about?
Well, so I've always been kind of an entrepreneur, and I've always tried things. You got to keep on trying. You're going to fail, 99.69% of times you're going to fail. So before I've had a couple like public safety tracking apps. I tried out a fitness app. None of those really went well, but I've learned a lot of lessons from those. And of course, as a TAC P, we wore Ranger panties. I was in the Dominican about 7-8 years ago on just vacation, and I had a pair of yellow Sophies, which is, the original Ranger panty brand. And I jumped in the pool and I stood up, and the yellow Ranger panties were completely see-through, and like just everything. And I was not packing plums, like it was, everything was seen. Yeah, there's kids around, so I threw a towel on, and that kind of set something in my mind. Probably 5 years later, I was doing CrossFit and I still wore my Ranger panties in the gym. And I started to see, everybody I worked out with going by Ranger panties because they liked the look of them and how short they were and whatnot, show off their legs. And I was like, I need something a little more durable, a slightly thicker material, maybe slightly, more hugging than what our original Ranger panties were. And I want funny designs. And at the time I couldn't find anything. I had no idea what I was doing in clothing. And I was like, you know what? I like to just, go balls deep and run with it. And so I hopped on it. And from there, I started it out. And, luckily I had a lot of good, family and friends that helped support the brand off the start. And from there, we went through a few transitions from different styles of Ranger panties, trying to figure out what worked the best. We finally found something. You in a business world, you're always going to have people complain about things and, say there's a lot of things they may not like about your brand or whatnot. But then, once you hit that majority of your customers who like what you're doing and like the style, like the brand, then you kind of stick with it and you continue to grow and add. So, from now, that's we started in 2019. So it's kind of been, a short, 3.5, 4 years ago, and still trucking along.
So I got issued my first pair when I went to CIF at JSOC and get all the stuff. And of course, I've got PT the next morning. I get up, making my coffee, getting ready to leave the house. And I walk into the kitchen and my wife's like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Oh, are those shorts?" And I'm like, "Yeah, baby, these are Ranger panties. What, you don't have anything? I wear these for you, baby." She's like, "Never again." At the time, my kids were little. When my daughter started dating, best thing ever, man. Walking around the house and everything. "What's up, son? Here to take my daughter out?" "Sir, are you wearing pants?"
I've got so my girlfriend, she has 2 kids and kind of consider them my step kids or whatnot. So I haven't gone into the kids thigh huggers yet, but I've got them a few custom pairs and they love wearing them. And my girlfriend wears them all the time. So, it's pretty cool to have that good support network. But, even within that support network, like you guys, the military community is an amazing support network for anybody trying to get into business and, grow not only their business, but, mentally and physically, having that good, strong support network. I'm very blessed to have, somebody like Nick Palmachano and, Jared Taylor and guys like that on speed call that I can hit up and ask questions and, help give me advice. That's one big thing that's helped me get where I am now is they help me overcome obstacles that a lot of people would hit. They help me not hit them on the journey so far. So
there is no greater advocate for small businesses than Nick Palmachano.
Yep.
We had that guy on the show a couple of years ago, and that was all he would talk about is how small businesses were the engine of our nation. And I loved talking to him. Great guy.
Yeah, he's real down to earth and just an amazing person. So I always give him a shout out because, without him, right now I use a lot of my marketing that I use Diesel Jack Media. So that's Nick's new company. I'm sure you guys have heard of it and checked it out. But, they do an amazing job, amazing team that kind of help continue. Like a lot of people see my brand and they think that I'm a large business. I'm always responding on Instagram. That's me responding. And I'm always saying, yeah, we will get back to you, or, we will check into that. It's Lance will look into that. I'll see if I can help you out.
My hetero life mate knows all about this second.
I do. That's why I'm laughing.
Homeboy's riding the couch right now because of an injury, and I swear the phone rings every 36 seconds.
Yeah, as you guys know, just like you with your the podcast and everything you have going on, doing all this is way more stressful than anything else. Being a firefighter was fun. I saw a lot of stressful shit, but running a business is way more stressful than that. So
I hope so. So a little bit of smoke in the air right now in the super secret studio and super secret location. We're kind of hoping it's vape smoke and not something else, right?
Like, yeah, I'm no longer a firefighter anymore. I can't help you.
You're not going to save us. We're fine.
Just spray Lysol that way.
Right.
So a lot of people are listening right now, and you're exactly right. They're interested in small businesses and supporting small business, which, by the way, thank you so much for your support of About Face Media and From the Ashes Radio. We really appreciate you partnering with us. We air your stuff as often as we can. Love your products, so thank you for your support. But a lot of the questions we're getting right now are asking about the small business part of it and veteran-based small businesses. Tell us about being a veteran-based and a veteran-owned small business.
I see a lot of veterans or even people getting ready to transition out of the military who are trying to find that niche, something to do. You've got a lot of skills that you learn in the military. You have a lot of connections. And I always tell a lot of people who come out of the military or, that are looking into small businesses, run. Live. All right, we're back. All right, cool.
Sorry. Whoa. I hit a button.
Hopefully it's not my internet.
Keep talking, man. So small business,
yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So, if you want to go into small business, I always tell people, and everybody's welcome to hit me up if they have questions. And I'm real to people. You know, I've had businesses fail, and I have a really good pull out game. So I've known when to pull out. That's something that everybody should get. You've got to be good at pulling out, because a lot of people will get stuck into the habit of thinking that, you know, the only person that's really going to believe in yourself is yourself. You know, you're going to ride or die for yourself no matter what, but you've got to know when the right time to stop. If you're not making, you know, any leeway or hitting goals, it's becoming a hobby and you're not truly succeeding. And it's okay if you enjoy it and you're having fun, do that. But, you know, a lot of people every week I get hit up, hey, I want to start a clothing brand. And I'm like, hey, I'll give you tips, tricks. You do what you want, but I'm going to tell you 99.98% of clothing businesses are going to fail. But, you know, if you use your network, and that's the good thing about the military, you have such a good network. There's so many groups that you can get involved with that can help you, you know, have a better chance of succeeding. Use those, because if you try to go into this yourself, it's going to be a dark, shitty journey. But that's the thing about small businesses. A lot of small business owners come from a military background. They've learned a lot of discipline. They've learned how to get things done and just attack it with the, you know, hardcore nature. So I guess that kind of correlates to being in the military or any first responder, police, fire, anything like that. You have the mindset, you have the skills and the durability to, you know, conquer. But, you know, you just got to have a good, strong support network and have friends who are willing to tell you the truth. Like, your shit sucks or you're not going to go anywhere. Because it's true.
I have one of those friends.
I don't know.
One of those. Yeah. And usually it's, hey, motherfucker, jiu-jitsu started 5 minutes ago. Where are you at?
Yeah.
What do you call it? Are you familiar with Bunker Labs at all? Have you heard of them?
Yeah, yep. I've heard of Bunker Labs. I think Bunker Labs does stuff for Donut Operator, who's another one of my buddies. So, but I haven't used them, but, you know, they're a very good a group to work with, and I've had a lot of their shirts from other buddies of mine who own brands, and
I'm getting a lot of brilliant ideas, light bulbs. People are extremely impressed. Hey, so what does the future look like for Thigh? First of all, and thank you for your philanthropy and your willingness to support organizations like this one. So what does the future look like for Thigh Huggers now that you've taken over the world and are taking over, you know?
In the next couple of weeks, we're getting ready to launch in Europe. So we have you can kind of call it a franchisor. We have a franchisor in Europe. So they're going to be having merchandise in Europe, and they're going to be launching that there. So people in Europe and across the seas can get things faster. Hopefully Australia will come next after Europe gets kicking off. But the goal for me is honestly to, you know, I need to find that next either partner who has ran multi-million-dollar clothing brands or businesses who can help me expand. I'm a very hands-on, do it type of person. I'm not super brainsy when it comes to math and writing and all that shit, you know, but I need that right partner to help me, you know, expand and continue to grow Thigh Huggers. And then, you know, down the road, I wouldn't mind selling it and moving on to something a little bit better, or getting into something different. I like staying busy and, you know, kind of paving my own path. So, you know, those are kind of the things that are on the horizon right now.
Do you see the account that just popped up?
No.
A user named Cyber Awareness Challenge. First of all, I love your Facebook name, and just says ahoy. Now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous.
It's probably just one of the Russian spies.
It's just a Russian hacker. No big deal. We should be off the air and sitting in the dark at the bottom of the bunker in a matter of minutes. No big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, if the power goes out, we know what's up.
Yes.
Now, I think my dad was on here earlier. I think you said Jim Liggett. That's my old man watching.
Oh, so that's your old man? Really?
Yeah. Jim Liggett's my dad.
So thanks a lot for that. Bringing these new listeners. It's awesome. Where do you come up with some of this stuff, man? I'm wearing the toy soldiers right now, which I like a lot, but the T-Rex ones are my favorites. Where do you come up with this shit, dude?
So I work a lot with Nick's team. You know, I have ideas in my head, and of course they're very, you know, they can design things very easily. But I also look back at things that we liked in our childhoods. You know, we like dinosaurs, we like toy soldiers, you know, and then just the funny things like the Lancy corns and the camouflage penises. That's a huge hit for everybody. But, you know, I don't know. It's just funny designs. I like to walk into the gym and people don't know what I'm wearing until they're staring hard at my butt. And I'm like, yeah, these are thigh huggers, you know.
Mommy, is that man wearing pants? Don't look, honey. Just don't look. So my hetero life mate and I, we went to a fundraiser this past Christmas time, and we walked in and we did, it said formal attire. So we wore shirts and ties like we were supposed to, and motorcycle boots and ranger panties. And we walked in, and the number one thing you heard is, dude, what the fuck? And then on the end of the show, the MC's like, hey, we have got to do it. Best dressed of the night. And he and I both got best dressed of the night. So yeah, all thanks to you, man.
Man, you've got to be comfortable. You got to be comfortable, look good, and, you know, just stand out. You know, if that's the best way. I think the connections I've made through owning thigh huggers, but also, you know, wearing thigh huggers everywhere I go is just fantastic. A couple nights ago, I was over at JP Sears. He was in Naples doing a comedy show, and, you know, JP. Yeah, JP is a great guy. We kicked it backstage with him, and he's a very awesome dude. But, you know, all because of thigh huggers, I wouldn't have these amazing connections and, you know, get to meet so many cool people if it wasn't for the brand. So
I thought that dude lived in Colorado. I didn't realize he was in Florida. Well,
no, so he lives in Austin, Texas now. So he lives over by like Jared Taylor and all that. But he's on his comedy tour right now. So he's in Naples for about 4 days and doing a show down there. So.
Well, Lance, I want to be as respectful as your time as possible since you were so generous to come on the show tonight. Really, really appreciate it. My hetero life mate here is going to give you the instructions, and he'll talk you through what's coming next.
All right, buddy. So you get 2 minutes. Use it as you wish. If we glossed over something, if you really wanted to talk about something other than thigh huggers or whatever it might be, it is your 2 minutes, and we're not really setting a timer. You got about 2 minutes.
Okay, well, I guess get serious here. No, there's one thing I always like to hack on whenever I'm on podcasts, and something that I want to get more involved with, and that's when you're online and you're talking to other people. You may be having a stressful day. They may be having a stressful day, but you can always be a kind person and take the higher road. You know, a lot of people are grown ass adults and they like to talk shit to other people online. And, you know, we're not saying you're soft because you can't take it. No, that's just, you know, be humble, be kind. If you're that type of person, take a step back, look at yourself and find out the insecurities that you need to fix. I think cyberbullying is, you know, something that we need to focus on a little bit more just as a community too. I know in the military world, your buddies, we like to, you know, play around, and that's good. Some of us enjoy that. Some of us can take that, especially if you're good friends, but random people, I like to stand up for people who are getting bullied, no matter their age or whatnot, because, you know, a lot of keyboard warriors are out there who, you know, personally have their own insecurities that they need to be put in check. But, you know, I would just say, be kind, be humble, lift people. If you start doing that, you're going to see your life succeed and excel a lot more than where it's at. So, you know, I know that wasn't 2 minutes, but I think that's one of the biggest things is be a humble person, be kind, and lift people up.
No, I love it. I'm way into anti-bullying and just trying to take the higher road. So
he spends his free time teaching little kids how to defend themselves. So yeah, absolutely, man.
And that's huge.
The right audience.
Nope.
Exactly the right audience. Hey, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking to Lance with Thigh Huggers. Lance, if you want to throw out your socials, now is the time, or websites, or anything you got going on, throw them out right now before I cut you loose.
Cool. Yeah, it's thigh_huggers on Instagram and Facebook. The website is thighhuggers.com. Make sure you guys utilize their code when you visit us, so that way it can help support them. We'll definitely chat soon too, so maybe I can up that donation for you guys on the end of Thigh Huggers, so we get things rolling in more for you. But also, the other thing is, if you guys have any business questions, you can message me there, or Lance_Liggett is my personal Instagram, and I'm running all those pages, so you'll get me chatting with you. So
Cyber Awareness Challenge, before they shut us off, says need a toy soldier riding the floor buffer around the barracks.
Yeah, so we offer custom thigh huggers. Hit us up, and we can get your whole crew taken care of.
I know. I've been gathering
Custom
artwork the way they take it. So
I don't know if I want to let you loose with that idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking with Lance from Thigh Huggers. Lance, I can't thank you enough for taking the time away from your family and friends to be a part of the show tonight. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate your support of the show as well.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I had a great time. Any other time you want to have me on, let me know. And I truly appreciate it. And it's been an awesome time as well. I'm excited to watch the rest of the show and watch you guys crush it.
Oh no, it's fucking awful, man. You should do anything.
Just watch that show. Watch that shit.
Yeah. The best part of the show is coming up. It's actually Allie, and she carries us through the rest of the show. So yeah,
good. Just watch that shit talking about the Air National Guard. We're gonna find you.
We're making headlines.
I know. Hey, we've got to step our game up, so we're making it somehow. Watch our recruitment go up. You know,
the Hitman is my favorite story in the news right now, dude. I swear to God, love that guy.
Man.
All right, man. Good night. Thank you so much for the show.
All right, so I legitimately was scrolling the old socials this afternoon, and I saw back-to-back like news feeds, and one of them was Craigslist Hitman, and the next one was Craigslist Coyote.
Craigslist Coyote, what's that?
You know, the guy that brings you across the border.
Oh yeah.
And they were showing their Craigslist.
What is a Craigslist hitman? I have to imagine it's exactly what I picture in my head.
He cannot run around the house, much less the block. He spent way too much time in his mom's basement playing, Dungeons and Dragons and whatever the kids are playing these days. And
so the fact that he gave himself the nickname The Reaper, anytime you give yourself a nickname, it's suspicious.
Yeah, I don't know if this was the same one though.
Oh, there's
this
more.
This one looked very like childish almost. Like it wasn't as far as the one you sent me, The Reaper.
I mean, I could be a coyote. I could smuggle women into strip clubs. I could do this.
that did not come out right, Rob.
How do you figure?
Why would you smuggle women into strip clubs?
So they can get work, man.
Okay.
My hose, baby. I mean, daddy's got to get paid. Slapping hoes and slamming Cadillac doors. That's what I do.
Oh, my goodness.
Like a pimp. All right, maybe not. God, if my wife ever hears this show, I'm a fucking dead man, dude. What do you think? Is it time for Allie, or do you need a break?
No, let's go ahead.
Allie, you there, man? You feel like you're up for this? She is. All right. What that? Oh, look at that. Look what I see. Hell yeah, dog.
That's what I did.
Oh, no. She's wearing the special person helmet.
Guess what I did, you guys? I did it. I bought it.
Did you kiss a girl and you liked it?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad. Hi, boys. How are you?
We're good.
Good to see you.
Good. Yeah.
Look at the Lance.
Oh my gosh, I want to party with that guy, like something fierce. Like I want to party with him, and then I want to teach little kids not to be dicks. Like that's what I want to do. And like I found him. I'm gonna have to hit him up on
Trying to
Instagram.
help with that. Have you heard of the Irreverent Warriors?
Oh yeah, of course. I used to do the Boston Silkies hikes.
They're coming on
I was on the board. Yeah, I was on their board for a while.
Were you really?
Yeah.
No shit. What a great group of people.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna have yes, the people who did the Irreverent Warriors, yes. But then there were some issues here in Boston, and there's a reason I'm no longer on the board. But yes, I love what they stand for. I love the camaraderie. I love that they're bringing people out of the depression and stopping people from just being hunkered down in their bunkers all damn day. Yes, fantastic mission. Yep, agreed.
Tell me about the helmet. What's the deal? What'd you get?
So I just had my maiden voyage like 2 days ago. I got myself a 2022 pearly white in Alley fashion, iron 883. And I got the helmet, which is the 120th anniversary helmet. And I just been riding all weekend, and it was fantastic. Although I'm still very nervous. I did. I bought a sporty. Yeah. Yep.
What?
I love it.
I love your bouncing. Why would you do this to me? You know my feelings on Harleys.
I'm sorry. I mean,
what happened to the Indian?
Those are your
I loved you
feelings,
so
not
much
Alex
for a
feelings.
minute. What happened?
I know. I couldn't. The Indian was out of my price range, and the Sportster.
Did you hear what that woman just said? She settled for a Harley.
I didn't settle. You guys, I am a brand new rider, right? I have like 11 hours on a bike. So, and plus I'm short. And so the Scout was a little.
I mentioned the old station, and when I would talk shit about Harleys.
The Scout, so I'm short, so I'm really limited on what I can ride because the seat rides and stuff, and the Scout was just a little too tall. So the 883 fit me without any adjustments or anything. I did have to buy the new handlebars because there's too far forward. So I got new handlebars and adjusted them to where I need it. But yeah, that's what I did this weekend. Yeah.
So once you have a little bit more time under your belt, you're going to go check out the Motorcycle Relief Project, and you're going to come on a ride.
Yes, I would love that. Maybe next year, because I'm way too wet behind the ears right now. So.
Oh yeah. You gotta have a year of experience before you can apply. But once you have it, totally worth it, dude. And we do a women's only ride as well.
Oh, I like that. They do. Yeah.
I'm
You're just their spokesperson. Yeah.
No, we missed you last week.
I was out of the country.
Yes, we saw that. Talk to us. What's going on in VSO world these days?
So you guys will hear it here first. I am no longer with the town of Foxborough. I resigned my position. So I'm no longer their VSO. I start tomorrow with the city of Taunton as their director. Bigger city, bigger staff. There's a team of 5. And instead of serving 16,000, now I'll be serving close to 60,000. So I start tomorrow. Yeah.
City of Foxborough, your loss. City of Taunton, Massachusetts, congratulations. You're getting the best of the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We are always very proud of you. And I see you've been on a few other podcasts as well. Your notoriety is growing aggressively.
Yeah, and they always get nervous when professional people ask me to be on their show because I'm like, all right, how professional is this? And what's my audience? They're like, oh, this is with wreaths across America. And I'm like, oh, so like super professional, right? So, but it ended up being a great, I don't know if you guys got to watch it or not, but it was a great interview. Travis is just a sweet, sweet guy. And I had a lot of fun. Thank you. Yeah, and I always speak the truth, like whether I drop F-bombs or, and sometimes it's truth that people sometimes have a hard time swallowing. But if you don't hear the truth, and if everything always given to you is sugar-coated, how are you going to get any better? How are you going to educate yourself, right? This not just with VA benefits, but with anything. If I always blame the VA, you're never going to learn, you're never going to understand why, and then you're never going to get your compensation. So learn the process, learn the forms. And I made it a point in the show to say that just serving in the military or your rank or your MOS does not make you qualify to speak on VA. So I don't care if you were a Ranger or a SEAL or a pararescueman. Congratulations, that's fucking amazing. But that doesn't qualify you, and that doesn't make you an expert in VA compensation, VA healthcare, or VA cemeteries, right? So there are people like me who exist, whose sole job is to educate the masses and file your claims for free. We don't charge.
So I will be for another 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, what's up?
Bring in Irreverent Warriors, or get to bring in Irreverent Warriors. Let's talk about, and because you made a switch, this is almost perfect timing. Let's talk about a career path and VSOs. Here in Douglas County, Colorado, your VSOs are volunteers, and they get a stipend of like $900 a month to cover, phone calls and Post-it notes and shit like that. That's unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. You make a point all the time on this show that the VSO outside of Fort Hood, Texas, is a lone wolf.
Correct.
Miss Casey. This pisses me off.
Yeah, so it pisses a lot. When I heard, I was unbelievable to me. So I haven't been to VSO very long, right? This is my 4th year. And then 2 years before that, I was with veteran employment and getting those with significant barriers to employment back into the workforce. So to learn that the rest of the country outside of Massachusetts is volunteer or is minimum wage or is understaffed is unacceptable. There's actually there's a bill that we are trying to get passed at the House before it goes to the Senate. And it's $50 million over 5 years for these county VSOs to get training, to get a higher salary, to get more staff in that office. So Miss Casey down in Killeen, Texas can hire 3 or 4 people to help with claims. So I see it on TikTok all the time. My VSO hasn't responded. Yeah, because she's overworked and underpaid. That's why she hasn't responded to you, because you're probably number 578 on the queue of phone calls that she's got to respond, and then not include the walk-ins. So you got to take care of the people in front of you first, right? So not to say that there aren't shit VSOs, there absolutely are. I'm the first to tell you, not every VSO is created equal. Not every VSO gives a shit. But the ones that do, I promise you, we are working as hard as we can to answer every phone call, to answer every email. And that's becoming overwhelming to me, because you guys know I answer every single Instagram message, every single TikTok message, every email. But I have my own life. Like, I'm a single mom. I take care of my son. I'm, fostering a relationship with my man friend. So
you gotta do maintenance for your Harley.
I got to do maintenance to my Harley. So I have a life, and I think it's just a society in whole. We expect that we have that instant gratification thing, right? I send you a message at 3:00 on a Sunday. I need a response back. No, that's my family time. So the whole point is, educate yourself. You are your best advocate. VA.gov. Everything you need to know is on va.gov. And I know that the website's a little bit cumbersome, and there's go here, go here, go here. But when it tells you to click this link, read what is on that page, because you're going to learn something. Guaranteed. Read it. You guys have to do your own research. Don't rely on one person. Like, as great as I am, I can't help everybody. I can't do it.
Exactly my next question. Are people listening? The people that are listening to you right now, if they want to become VSOs to help out, because clearly there's a need, how do they go about doing that?
So I highly suggest you Google the National Association of County Veteran Service Officers, okay? NACVSO, National Association of County Veteran Service Officers. Become a member. Take the test. Become accredited. And then whatever county you live in, look for job postings. Walk into the veterans office and hey, you guys hiring? Do you need a volunteer? I'm accredited with the NACVSO. Okay, you're worth $1 million once you have that accreditation. Walk in there. Use your free time for something. Give back to your veterans. Because this whole path for me started when I was the wife of a disabled veteran, and I didn't know shit. I navigated that entire system by myself. I'm like, this is awful. This is how we're treating our veterans. And what about the Vietnam guys and the Korean guys who don't have computer skills, right? Who some don't even own a computer. How the hell are they supposed to navigate this shit? How the hell are they supposed to put in for gas mileage every time they go through the VA? Because now it's no longer checking in at the little thing, the little computer kiosk. It's you have to go through BTSSS website. Korean guys don't know how to do that. Vietnam guys don't know how to do that, right? Half of our generation is too lazy to go do that. So educate yourself, go through the National Association of County Veteran Service Officers, get your accreditation, volunteer at your local veterans office, because I promise you that they need it.
You heard it here first, folks. Go be a VSO. If you got a little bit of extra time to volunteer, they desperately need the help.
Especially if you are in Killeen, Texas. You go talk to Miss Casey. Tell her Allie sent you. Tell her Allie in Massachusetts sent you, and she needs some help. Go get it.
So next time you are in Colorado and you ride the bike out here,
oh boy,
out and he's going to teach us how to do wheelies, because I don't know how to do them either.
Oh,
so he's really good at them. You see those videos of him riding down the street, riding a wheelie and shit like that? That's him.
Yeah, so, I'm so jealous. One day, I'm just, right now I'm just working on, the friction zone. Maybe next year I'll be doing.
I've been working on the friction zone since I was 12.
Stop it.
I will not stop it.
I hate you so much.
She's interested in working in the friction zone.
I gotta go.
Allie, congratulations on the new job and the bike.
Thank you.
It's a Harley. We love you. Welcome to the show.
I look good at it though, right? That's all that matters. It's not safety. It's how you look.
We're going to take a quick break before we bring on Irreverent Warriors so that Seth can go ruin a bathroom. Hey, it was good to see you, Allie.
Likewise. Take care, boys.
Bye. Do you need a break, bro? Poopery. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to see if I can find that. All right. And when we come back from this music break, we're going to have my homeboy Nolan from Irreverent Warriors on. In the meantime, enjoy this completely apropos Fitz commercial.
You're finally back at her place for a little brown chicken brown cow when you get hit with love potion number 2.
Are you okay?
You skip to the loo before that keister kangaroo jumps out of its pouch. Now, what do you do?
Hurry up, come on. Come on, I'm on a date. This isn't happening right now.
You let that badonka-donk honka-honk and strike a match in the hopes you won't strike out. But alas, your chance of date number 2 just went up in flames.
Are you okay?
Do you have insurance? Just
It
wondering.
smells like burnt hair and blue cheese.
I got it.
Are you positive?
Don't worry about it.
Are you sure you're okay? You there?
You drop trow and give it your all like it's a one-shite stand.
I'm gonna be single forever. Oh, no.
You fill the air with fragrance to keep your craps under wraps.
Oh, man.
But instead you come out smelling like...
Did you spray my perfume? And poop? Not even on my worst day would this be okay. Not even in my most desperate times. I shaved my entire body for this night. Hard no, hard pass. I need you to go. No, not happening.
I need you to know, I played that commercial only for that line. I shaved my entire body for this.
What a beautiful morning.
I have to know, and we are live. Why can you not use the bathroom in the studio? I don't understand.
I didn't use the bathroom. I
Oh.
checked in with the producer.
Oh, is he good?
Yeah, he's fine.
Quick security check.
Yes.
Oh,
We were about to get sourced in.
so oh, we are.
No, we were not.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, well, this is my buddy Nolan.
Owen, how are you, sir?
Not bad. How you guys?
We're doing great.
So Nolan drives Irreverent Warriors Denver. There used to be just Irreverent Warrior Colorado that our homegirl Natasha ran, but it got so big and so badass that they had to break it into 2 cities, and now Nolan is the king of the hill.
Yes, sir. I do not just Denver, but all the way north. It's unofficially north and south of Colorado, but we're based out of Denver and based out of Colorado Springs right now, with Natasha being Colorado Springs. But yeah, it's been great. I've been on since early this year, and it's been a roller coaster of trials, tribulations, fun, meeting new people, and getting this whole thing started for this new area. And I'm enjoying it so far. I've been with Irreverent Warriors as an attendee for roughly 3 or 4 years, and when I moved out to Colorado, I saw the numbers were lacking compared to where I came from in North Carolina, where there's 7 or 8 sets of hike locations and all that. And so that really made me want to push and volunteer to help because of the fact that Irreverent Warriors helped me so much when I was in my having trouble after I got out of the military. So it's really why I pushed so hard to try to be a part.
Did you get to hear our interview with Lance?
I did. I loved it. He sounds like a crazy, tricky guy. And yeah, I'm wearing silkies too.
Imagine that. Huge.
Yep. No, yeah. I was a Navy corpsman with green side with the Marine Corps, so I got issued them with that instead of the Navy because Navy doesn't use Ranger panties, silkies. They use just regular gym shorts. But as soon as I went to the Marine Corps, they issued ones. And the funniest thing I have to say about them is when you go to get size for them, they say, "What size pants do you wear? Now drop 2 sizes lower. That's what we're giving you."
That's exactly right, baby.
And I felt like I was like, I feel like I'm gonna be indecent soon. But then after a while, you got confident in it, you got used to it, and it just made the whole situation better and just it made it funnier, which was a big part of it. Humor is one of my biggest things.
And they're comfortable.
They are.
I have to admit to this. coming out.
Well, if you get the right ones, and that's why I like Lance and the fact that he goes for quality, because I've had pairs that I've gotten offline where they actually chafe a whole lot, and it's not comfortable. That's why I appreciate what Lance does with getting all this sorted and not just go, oh, here's the cheapest. No, he wants to adapt to the veterans, both comfort-wise and just stylization, and I really appreciate that from Reverend Warrior's point of view, because we wear them all the time.
I love that you called it your coming out day, but please, by all means, tell us this story.
I've never been issued it.
So that's okay. That's as long as you're military.
About an E4, I started purchasing them, wearing them by choice.
Yeah.
No, I was never issued them.
Yeah,
I'm jealous of everybody.
Dude, I first started looking at my dude.
Yeah, the Army PT shorts in my day were like not fun to wear.
The gray ones, black. So I have a couple pair of the black ones. I like those.
I don't like them for running more than a couple miles.
I have never run a fucking step in my life.
I do think you run your mouth pretty well, Rob.
See, yes. Oh, see, look who's welcome to the show anytime now. So, Nolan, the first time you and I met was the Irreverent Warriors hike in Castle Rock, Colorado, which, if you folks didn't get a chance to see it, this is a suburban town, and these folks, it was a crew of, 50 veterans or so in Silkies.
About 50, 75, about 50 or 75. I can't remember the exact number, but yeah.
The looks on people's faces as this crew is walking through suburbia made it all worth it, man. Tell us what the Irreverent Warriors is and what the point is. Why do you do it?
Of course. So Irreverent's main mission is we bring veterans together using humor and camaraderie to improve mental health and prevent veteran suicide. And we've been around since 2015. And for the first few years, up until about 2 years ago, we really only did the hikes, where we once a year at each area we do a hike where we go 6 to 12 miles, and we laugh, we talk, we bring the veterans together to just let them know that people around them are dealing with similar situations, hardships, and make sure they have the resources and the connection, both comfort-wise and mental health-wise, because a lot of us, as we transition out of the military, as most veterans are aware, switching back from military to civilian is one of the hardest things, because civilians don't know what we went through. And that's why having the veteran network of people that know what you went through, we're there, really helps break those hardships and all that mental health issues you have. You can talk about it because we don't judge you, because we've been there and we want to help you. And that's our goal. We also, in the past 2 years, have really been trying to push for more monthly events as well, because we realize that one hike a year, you can't sustain mental health with only one event a year. So each area is trying to host more and more monthly events. And for me, I started my first one last month. I have one actually tomorrow, April 18th, for my April, and then next month I have one as well. Because of the fact that I came on so late, I wasn't able to get the hike for Denver up this year, but I'm still planning for next year. But in the meantime, I want to get this foundation of network started and set up, because of the fact that Colorado is so big, there's lots of militaries around here, military veterans, but not as much support publicly, especially when you talk to civilians. They're not aware of a lot of the stuff that we go through. And so making those connections is key. And that's what I've been working with for the past few months. And I'm seeing great results. So many people want to help, both like Lance said, with the veteran-owned businesses and also civilian-owned businesses. They know that they want to help veterans, but they don't know how to get into it. And so back to what Lance said with starting veteran-owned businesses, people love to support veterans in any way. And so that way you get around it. It really gets into the network, and networking is one of the biggest things around here for both mental health and just awareness is big key.
So 2 things. One, the battery on this laptop is about to die, so we're going to finish this up as quickly as possible. Nolan, tell folks how they can support what you're doing.
Sure. First of all of our monthly events are open to anyone, veterans, civilians, anything like that. The hike itself every year is veteran only, but the monthly events are open to anyone. We also constantly need donations, volunteers, stuff like that to help facilitate this, because right now my team is very small, but the more we have, the easier it is to better everyone around us. So if you're interested, reach out to me. My personal email for is denver@irreverentwarriors.com. You can find us at irreverentwarriors.com. That's the main website. Or you can find us on Facebook. The main page is Irreverent Warriors. We have Irreverent Warriors Denver and Irreverent Warriors Colorado Springs. It's shortened down to IW. That's the shortened version of our name. So if you see IW, that's us as well.
We're going to have you back. You got any good events coming anytime soon?
I got one tomorrow, and then I have one next month. I believe it's May 20th, but I have to double check that date. But we do have the Colorado Springs hike September 23rd that I will be at, but I won't be running it, but Natasha will be. So if you want to come to a hike, September 23rd, if you want to come to a monthly event, find us on Facebook. That's where we post all of our events for both Natasha's Colorado Springs and my Denver area group. We're always happy to help. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm always available.
So, Nolan, we close out every show with the safety briefing.
Oh, Lord. Don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. They gave that to me. They gave it to all of us so often. I actually have on my water bottle. It's in my car, but it says "I cause safety briefs" on a water bottle sticker because of the fact that they give it to us so often. Because I was Navy and Marine Corps, I got it double as much. So
Army too. It's not just the gay club. It's the Army too. So
you know it.
Check your rubber. I'll give you guys a real note. Check your rubber. Make sure your tires are good. Do your POV inspections on yourself because you don't got NCO anymore.
I will continue with Seth's suggestion and check your rubber because friction burns, all that stuff. I'm gonna go as we end the show, folks. I'm gonna go check the friction zone. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to after I leave, exactly. You have been listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. We're closing out our interview with Nolan from Irreverent Warriors at the Denver location. Excellent organization. Highly recommend you check them out. Donate to them and donate to us. We're going to hang this up right now. Nolan, thanks a lot for being a part of the show, and have a great rest
of course. I look forward to coming back.
You will be back.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.